GT the Vibe Podcast coming at you another episode. I appreciate you guys rocking with me as long as you have. Thank you very much. We're going to talk today about it's going to be two parts: why women leave relationships and why men leave relationships. But I'll start with men because it's first on my notes. So whatever, we're gonna rock with it. I'm gonna give you six reasons, and then we're gonna kind of hash through them a little bit, um, kind of talk about them a little bit. And some of these might surprise some of you guys. Some of these might not. This is from the men's perspective, though. So, ladies, take a listen. Um, Number one, emotional pain. I think that there's a common misconception that men don't feel emotional pain. That men just don't have emotions. Period. We do. We have a lot of emotions, and we're taught from a young age that you're supposed to be emotionless and just you're supposed to just keep on grinding, take care of the family, keep busting your butt, and so that's what we do. Inside emotional pain, though, people that use women that use insecurities against you. So once you release information to somebody that about you personally, and they use that against you, not valuing your time, interrupting you when you speak, which that kind of goes hand in hand with respect. And number two, relationship toxicity. So lack of support, constant conflict, unhealthy jealousy. So if your significant other's extremely jealous and they put that on you, it can wear you down mentally and emotionally. And if you wear down somebody mentally, emotionally, then you can wear them down physically as well. Arguing without resolved issues. So when you're arguing all the time, but issues just kind of get swept under the rug, you never really resolve things. Men are huge on resolving issues. We don't want to just keep continuing to have the same problem over and over and over and over again. Like eventually, you want to come to a conclusion on stuff, right? Being controlled. Typically, the type of woman that'll control a man is insecure. If they're super, and it goes back to the insecurity part. Uh, so you get a super insecure person, they want to control your every action, your every move. Men don't like to be controlled. We're supposed to we're raised to take charge, and so when somebody's like puppeting you around, it doesn't really sit well with us. If he feels used, like he feels like he's busting his butt, he's bringing everything in, and he's being taken advantage of, and that happens a lot. There are a lot of women out there that gold dig, and they'll just find a guy that's got a lot of money, and they'll just drain his money, and they don't really bring anything else to the table. Emotional exhaustion, and I think that goes back to emotional pain, um, where you just the same thing over and over again. You don't resolve issues. You use insecurities against them. Constant conflict like that just wears a person out emotionally. And like I said, I think that the common misconception is that men aren't emotional, but we are emotional creatures. Feeling like he's not good enough. This is huge. This is a huge no-no, like huge. I was watching a podcast the other day, and my guy said, the ultimate level of feeling like you're not good enough is when you feel like another man's voice holds more power in your house than you do. That's you might as well put that on the list of cheating. You might as well be cheating. If another man's voice holds more power than your man's do, that's a problem. Um, and you see this a lot in circles with Christian people. They'll be talking about their pastor. And I was watching a sermon the other day, and pastor's like, "Don't bring me into your house." Like, but women naturally do that, right? They hold men that have status on this high regard, on this high level. And so they'll take that word, but they won't, but they'll go home and their husband will be like, "Hey, we should try this." And they'll be looking at them like, "You don't have a PhD and try this." So it's not going to work. And so that's a huge one. And honestly, if I were to put something number one on my list, I'd put that up there as the number one spot. Because I think that, as a man, being good enough is something that we strive for. We want to be everything that we need to be to be able to take care of our family, take care of our kids, our spouses, everyone. So we need to make sure that we can handle business. And I think that when you get into relationships and you don't feel like you're good enough, then you're chasing something. And I think if you're continually chasing something in a relationship, you're never going to find peace. You're never going to find joy. It's always going to be this hunt for trying to feel good enough or trying to fill this void. That's not satisfied sexually is one of the ones that's on there too. Um, and honestly, when it comes to this one, I think that you have to be open and honest communication around it because I think that most of the time, sex is driven by the woman because it's up to her if she wants to do it, right? Like you know what I'm saying? It's up to her. And so I think that men don't oftentimes push the buttons a little bit to say, "Hey, like this is what I'm looking for." It's more of just conform to whatever she's willing to give, and then we just take it. And so we'll just be like, okay, we'll just take whatever you give. And some men, there's men I've seen that complain about it, they go 15, 20 years, sexless marriages, and it's just like that should never happen, right? That should never be an issue. And the fact that it is an issue, there's an underlying issue, there's a problem. Because what we all know is everybody has desire, right? And they may not desire you particularly. They had a lady that got online talking about how she's not attracted to her husband. Why she would do that, I don't know. But you have to have open lines of communication when it comes to that, because I think that that's something that can be misunderstood. Like you may like your wife may think that she is giving you what you need, but because you're not saying nothing, she gonna keep doing that, and then you keep getting angry and you keep getting mad and stuff because you're not getting what you need, but you're not asking for it. And so that's something I would tell men. You make sure that you communicate. Open lines of communication are key. But I think that, I mean, this list covers a vast array of things, but I think that this list proves that men have emotions. We are emotional beings. Our emotions count for something. We may not know how to always go about them. We sometimes can jump to anger and things like that and jump to conclusions quickly. But we're men and we feel just like anybody else feels. We have feelings just like everybody else has feelings. And so we can't get into the mindset of society where men are just robots that just freaking work hard and bring the bread home and protect you like that's it. We have more to offer. And so those are my reasons why men leave relationships. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on the next one.